Beautiful beings. Oh my goodness, if you're an empath, I am. There's so many sensitives are. If you're on your awakening journey, you've been probably called an empath. Today I want to talk about reclaiming your life and letting go of that negative energy. How? You've probably gone through life so sensitive. You've probably had to protect yourself. You've had to probably stay at home a lot. You've probably just felt a lot in your life. I get it. I know. I have felt that too. But lately I've been thinking about this. How can this really be? So I want to give you a little advice that helped me and that is continuing to help me be an empath on a healing journey to claim my life back. My name's Rebecca Abraxas. I love using my own voice to do this deeper healing work, remember my greatness, and truly awaken to my multi-dimensional beingness. So let's dive in. So as empaths, we're bombarded with just thoughts, feelings, emotions of other people, right? And a lot of it can be negative. What I'm going to say might be a little sensitive, and it was hard for me to hear and get this too. But if we know anything about the law of attraction, like attracts like. So if you are aware of something out here, it's rest assured that it's a mirror from what's here. Like is attracting like. I know that's hard to hear. But the good news is, as you develop as an empath and you go on your healing journey, as you heal and heal the wounding and you let go of the density and raise your vibration, you will be at a different vibrational set point, which means as an empath, you'll be aware of something else in the collective that's more positive as you become more positive. But it's a healing journey. And so when we are before we're even on our healing journey, there's a lot of stuff packed down there in the subconscious that's active. And that activeness, that active vibrating is creating a mirror here. And that's when we're seeing as an empath out here. So as we go through our healing process, we start bringing up things from the subconscious and they come to the conscious. And so sometimes we're still seeing that stuff in the collective. But as we raise it up, heal it, get the energy moving again, integrate, love, be present with it, truly heal, that vibration is not active anymore. But what is active? Self-love, compassion, allowance, forgiveness. And those things become active out here in the collective, and you start being empathically aware of those. So it's really cool how this works. It's not so cool when we don't have this information, but now you have it. Now I have this information. It makes life so much easier. So your empathic nature is a superpower, but it's a superpower for maybe in a way we didn't think. A lot of empaths take this as a superpower to kind of run and kind of make sure they stay away from this heavy stuff. But really what they're doing is running away from themselves. And you can never run away from yourself. What's in here deep down is smoldering, is still active. It's time we do the work to gradually bring it on up, coax it up to the top, become aware of it, be present, heal it. And then from there, we get to change what our empathic nature is seeing and sensing out here. Now, the real fun part about this is that our empathic nature is a precursor for telepathy, right? Everything, it's like a sonar radar that like we just put our feelers out. And it's a superpower. So when our empathic nature develops into kind of a sonar and just being like, oh, what's out there? What am I aware of? it becomes something that we can guide our lives from instead of run the other direction from. So here's some recommendations. One, I tell this to everyone I work with, whether I'm doing voice mentoring or whether I'm doing life coaching, whatever it is I am supporting people with, I always tell them about this exercise. Find a mirror, look inside of it, and say to yourself, I love you no matter what. And you say that 10 times. And you notice, is it easy to say this? Is it hard? What comes up? And really notice what comes up, because it's what comes up that is the real gem there. So if you can say, I love you no matter what, without all these feelings and emotions and sensations bubbling up, good for you. And most likely, when you say this 10 times, something's going to bubble up. Be with that. You know, that is like your little scavenger hunt to say, oh, this is the thought, feeling, belief definition that I got to work through right now. So that's number one. Number two is when you are aware of like your empathic nature picking something up here and it feels negative and you're ready to like put the protection up and run the other way, run out the door, what you want to do is several things. One, ask, who does this belong to? Okay, most likely it's someone else's that's attracting something that's here. Okay, so you can return it to sender, but after you return it to sender, note what is going on here that brought it to you in the first place, right? So there's that. And number three is expand the energy out. And so if you're feeling kind of like this closing in from all people's, from the collective's thoughts, feelings, emotions, and moods, expand it back out. Just expand it. It's just energy. Just expand it back out. If it's closing in, push it back out. So that's been really helpful too. And lastly, this is my favorite way to work with empathic sensations, is just through the voice. So if I'm aware of something here, what I do is I just start toning. I pick a vowel sound. Ooh, I usually use ooh actually. And I just start going ooh, 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 ooh. Okay? And I just start moving the energy. Now, if this empathic energy starts affecting me in a negative way, what I do is I go within and I tune in to that sensation and I ask, does it have a color? Does it have a shape? Does it have a texture? Does it have a temperature? Does it have a sound? And if it has a sound, I start letting that out, whether it's a groan or a tone, whatever it is. I just start moving the energy with my voice. What's so cool about our empathic nature is that what's happening out here is letting us become aware of what's smoldering in here. This needs attention. Our subconscious needs attention. Our inner child needs attention. Let this let you know that here it's time. It's time. So go on in. Go on in with your voice. Move that energy. Give it some presence. Most likely that energy is still smoldering because it didn't get any attention. It didn't get the attention it needed. It didn't get the self-expression it required to integrate, right? To process through. So instead it got locked down into the subconscious. And your empathic nature shows you right where that is if you're willing to listen and go there. And sometimes this work needs a professional support system. So for me, my kids got older, they're teens, and for me it was time to do some deeper work. And I got myself a therapist. I've been doing EMDR along with some voice work. and drawing and dancing and movement. And the healing journey has so many aspects to it. And, you know, I went to a therapist way back in my 20s. I'm now 50. It's okay to have another round. It's just like my whole thing was like, I don't understand. I thought I did all this healing. No, it comes in phases, comes in rounds, come around, goes around. Um, it's just another season of healing. Let it be. Let it be. And just know that your empathic nature is a super power tool to let you know what's surfacing in the subconscious. So it may be a different take than we're used to with empaths, because everything, like, I have this book on the empath's guide, and it just talks about how to make your life smaller and all this protection you have to have as an empath. And I think that's outdated. I think as empaths, we really need to do the healing work to raise our vibration, to be a vibrational match to something else in the collective. So if you feel like you're always running out of the room or running away from your life, maybe time to take a look deeper in here. And that's what I had to do. The challenge is too that once we do this deeper challenging work, we're really sensitive. We're kind of like the crab that's molting. Kind of like the crab who's molting. We're pretty vulnerable. And so for a while, being out in public's gonna be a little vulnerable and scary. But after this, you get to really reclaim your life back. You release the density. You have that law of subtraction. You release the density, your vibration raises up, and your set point and point of attraction changes. And so when you walk into the room, you're just experiencing the lightness of people. You're experiencing the ease and flow. When someone else who's hasn't done that work enters the room, they're feeling the ground level. They're feeling the heaviness and the density in the room. You're in the same place, but having two different experiences. And it's not that one person is more sensitive than the other. It's kind of just something different altogether. It's that there's two different vibrational set points. What do you want to have your set point at? The low density trauma pain body in the room? Or do you want to have your set point dialed in at the lightness and ease and joy in the room? We all have this rainbow of vibration. Where do you want your set point to be? And wherever you want it to be, it can be. It just may require some work. It may require some letting go. It may require some healing. It may require some vocalizing and moving of energy. It may require to rewire the brain, rewire your thoughts. It may require that we really up the ante on our awareness. What feels light and heavy here? You know, what do I want to live from? Lightness, okay. I'm going to go over here. I'm going to go over here. But when we change our set point and we raise our vibration, like attracts like. So if you have a high vibration and a high set point, you're just gonna experience the lightness in the room. And so that's where your empathic sensitivities can bring you, if you're willing to do the deeper subconscious work. And then from there, you just put out your sonar, your empathic sonar, that turns into telepathy and tells you just where to go. It's so exciting. It's so fun. And what I love about it is that your own voice can lead you there. So if you'd like to talk more about how your voice can teach you about telepathy and your empathic nature and healing and reset your vibrational set point, let's chat. Down below, you can sign up for a free discovery call. All right, beautiful beings, I'm going to bed. Good night.